Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another interview. I've got Jacob here. Thanks for coming on.
Oh god.
Just woken up, which is good. So we get into a little overview of you. So just overview of Jacob, what you do.
So Jacob, I work in our RSL club. That's a new job straight out of COVID. No lucky for AFL, so sports a lot for me. That's basically what I do, play sport a lot. And yeah.
Sweet. How are things at the moment?
Getting back into a routine, regular life is doing me well.
Yeah.
In COVID, I wouldn't even answer that question. But now I'm getting better, not drinking as much, working more, getting back into sport. Everything's just getting my life back into regular routine, which is good for me.
Yeah, it's good. Like everything gets shaken up because of like COVID, but once the strict restrictions start easing off, you can get to a natural speed, which is good. Yeah, that's been the same for me. So go through sort of the issues. So it started with like this anxiety, and it kind of led to a depression.
For me, it was the other way around.
Other way around, yeah.
So depression led on first, and then through my depression, anxiety happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did those, I guess, start? How did the depression start?
So
in the first place?
I got depression very early in my life. So I got it when I was in year 7.
Wow. Jeez.
So I've been dealing with it since year 7 and just hasn't gone away. And at first, it wasn't a big thing in my life. Year 7, I was like, I had them down days, but I didn't really realise what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't until about year 8 where the school I was at started talking about mental health.
Yeah.
And then that's when a lot of stuff happened in my family life and my personal life. And that's when I was like, okay, I really need to take more notice of how I'm feeling. And once I did that, I worked out I had depression. And the thing about me at year 8, I was a bit scared to talk up because you don't really hear much about it. Like the first time I heard out about it, like I was just like shit. Like I don't want to talk up about it because I don't know how people are gonna react.
Yeah.
Especially in high school, year 8.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, so I did a lot of it on my own in year 8. Like when I first figured out I had it, I did a lot of it on my own. But I did a whole year of not knowing I had depression, having to deal with really bad days, and not knowing I even had it. So so it was the start was very rough for me, very rough. But considering I was a bit young, it was not that bad.
Yeah. Was it something that sparked it? Was it like starting high school or something?
So with some family issues, I had a lot of death in the family that year. And I had a few major accidents happen or major problems, and then that just set me over.
Yeah.
So, and then from that just led to other stuff. So, like year 7, year 8, I got bullied.
Yeah.
And I would get bullied for crying. So there'd be times in my class where I'll just break down crying.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, here goes Jacob again, crying, like all that just, and they would bully me, and then like at lunch, I would sit by myself because I didn't feel like anyone liked me.
Yeah.
And then that led to my anxiety. So I would wake up every morning anxious to go to school because I didn't want to go to school because I didn't know what was going to happen at school. So my anxiety was at a very high in year 8. Because that's when I was getting bullied a lot, and that's when I was like, as soon as I hit that front gate of my school, anxiety attack.
Right. Okay.
Straight away.
Yeah.
And it was just not a good year for me.
No.
It was not a good year.
No. Right. How would you best describe like each? So I guess the depression that sunk in. Was it like a lost feeling, or was it just like a really?
Yeah, the depression was a very lost feeling.
Yeah.
The depression was like I was losing myself.
Yeah.
There was times where I had no clue who I was really. Like, I've like in my family we grew up on morals. Like we grew up knowing, not knowing who we were, but knowing what we wanted to be.
Yeah.
Like knowing what morals we needed in our life, what we should be doing with our mates, what we should be doing with our family. Like we grew up being a real family orientated family, and then going through depression, I feel like I was losing everything. I felt like I was losing my family.
Yeah.
I feel like I was losing myself. I didn't want to play sport.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything. I was just losing myself, and it was like I was just basically going into a dark hole. Just losing myself, and I couldn't get out of it.
Right. Yeah. And the anxiety, that was like something that it would hit you like a wave. It was like, it was constricting. It was like, it was like you just didn't, you're overthinking a lot of things as well.
Overthinking a lot of things, and it's like, it was like someone was like pushing on my chest, like that first hit of anxiety was just like someone's pushing on my chest, like constricting me, and it's just, I don't really know how to explain anxiety because I wasn't one really for it. Like I was trying to push it away. With depression, I took it on, and I wanted to get through it. But anxiety, I was always scared to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I tried to avoid anxiety, but it just happened, and I just lived with it. Like when I went to like therapy and shit, I would never talk about my anxiety. I would just talk about depression.
Yeah.
So I've learned my own way to deal with anxiety.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like someone was constricting my chest. Like I couldn't breathe. Like everything.
Yeah. So you did touch on this, but when you first noticed, and when did you like actually start talking to someone about it?
So when I started talking to someone about it was when I was one of kind of my lowest lows, and I just went to my brother.
Yeah.
And I just said to him, bro, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And I know my brother has some mental issues as well, so I was just like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And he goes, before you even think about doing it, because he knew what I was talking about, he goes, before you even think about doing it, go see someone. And at the time, my year guidance, like our teacher that was like in charge of the year, she was a really good family friend of the family, and like, we played touch with her and all that. So I talked to her, and she kind of got me back on my way. But yeah, so that's when I was at my lowest low, that's basically when I reached out. Yeah.
And that's crucial. Like you could have just let that slide for like a long time, and that conversation you had with your brother, and then with the family friend, or like the teacher, like that's like absolutely huge.
Me and my brother, we don't do like we're very close. Me and my brother, we've had to get through a lot without really talking to our parents, because our parents are old school.
Yeah.
They don't believe in like PTSD and all that, but depression and all that, they're not like it's mental health, like nah.
Yeah.
So me and my brother have had to go through a lot by just me and my brother. So as soon as I said to him, I don't know if I can do this, he was just like before you think about doing it, go talk to like this teacher, and I did, and he helped me some bit.
Yeah. It's like you're not gonna. Nothing's really gonna happen if you're just sitting and letting it happen to you. Like, and that's good that he understands that as well. It's you don't know how to overcome it because you're still going through it. But it's better that you start trying different things and start opening up.
I've talked about that much, just eating out.
You got to the point.
Like the first couple of years, like talking about it, was just like, fuck, I have to do it again. Now it's just like, doesn't even bother me.
Yeah.
It's not much that phases me now.
Yeah, and that's because you're open with it, and like, I think of it as like demons, like quote unquote demons.
I say like when people go like, if I put something shit down, I'm just like demons in my head. Like that's how I explain it. I don't want to go into it, and being more open about it is beneficial for you later on. Because you're open to people. Like not everyone knows what it is.
Yeah.
And you can't blame them. Like a lot of people I've seen, like they might get in a relationship and have mental problems, and their partner might not understand it because they've never been through it, or they just don't have a grasp, and they have a go at them like, no. Think about it, like when you first started, you didn't even know what was going on. You only know it because you got it. Like, they would have no clue. Like, and that's what I mean. I'm very open because I'm like, if I'm gonna have a shit day with someone, I want them just to know, like, they don't need to do anything, just be there.
Just be there, because they might not understand.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people that try to support someone, they try to talk to them like, no, trust me, just be here. And if I want to talk, I'll talk.
Yeah.
That's like, what a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, like I have a friend who I know has been going through some shit, but I'm not gonna, when we go for walks and that, I'm not gonna counsel him. Yeah. Because he's got enough of that going on.
If he wants to talk.
Yeah, if he wants to talk, all we basically do is just walk and don't say anything. Sometimes we'd say things, but like it's just, you need someone there.
Just to get out.
Yeah, just get out and get around. Yeah. Just about therapy, it was like a face-to-face talking to different things. So, yeah, how was that?
So, at the start, I was very scared to go see someone. So I did that Beyond Blue. And I did like all their tests and all that, and that's when I worked out I could have depression. And then, so it wasn't until about through year 8 where I was crying a lot, and one teacher just goes, you don't have to, but we would like you to go see our school counsellor. So I'm like, oh fuck, I was like, no harm in doing it. I could actually figure out what's going on in my life. I went, this school counsellor wasn't the best, but wasn't the worst. But she really helped me in certain ways. Then I'm like, if she can do that as a school counsellor, going to see someone outside of school could help me a lot more. And I did. So I went face to face, and I was doing 2 to 3 sessions a week. Because I was just that crap. And so I was 2 to 3 sessions a week, and it really helped me for a bit. And then one thing just tipped me over, and I didn't want to go back. So technically in my family, there's me and my brother, but I've got 2 sisters. I've got an older sister that passed away, and I've got a younger sister that was stillborn. So in year 8, so I grew up from when I was about 10, didn't know I had sisters. It wasn't until about 12 that I found out I had sisters, and as I got on, it meant more to me. So I've got a tattoo for them now. But because I was still so young, I didn't really, I'm like, oh yeah, I've had sisters, I've never grown up with them, so it wasn't much of a routine change. So I was like, I didn't know. But as I got older and I started to experience more stuff, I wish I had my older sister there. So like when I turned 16, that was a real big thing for me, because I couldn't get my license and she wasn't there. Turned 18. She wasn't there. Like when I experienced certain stuff that was like supposed to be a milestone for someone. I really missed my sister because I wanted her to see it. And like when she turned 21, which would have been last year, I did not handle it well. Neither did my brother, neither did my mum. So as I got older, so in year 8, when I actually so I don't know why, but halfway through year 8, it finally clicked to me that like, holy shit, like I've had 2 sisters pass away, they missed so much like stuff in my life. And that just tipped me over. So I didn't want to go back to the counsellor, and with all the other stuff going on in my life and my family life, that just tipped me over. And that's when I went to my brother, I don't think I can do this anymore. And then so then I didn't go to a counsellor for at least, I reckon 3 months before I talked to my teacher. And I just talked to her every once in a while, and that helped. But then it wasn't until year 10, so year 9, no counsellors at all. I did not like them. Year 10, tried one. She was not good. I found counsellors, they went by the textbook. They were just there to do their job. They weren't actually there to make a connection. They were just like read the textbook like, oh, so what happened to make you feel like this? How did that make you feel? It's like, no.
Yeah, nah.
And then when I went to early, so I changed schools year 10 because I needed to get out of it. It was not a good environment for me. So I went to year 11 and 12 our early campus, and there was a teacher there that was just amazing.
Yeah.
Their counsellor was so good.
Yeah.
And he knew how to get me to talk.
Yeah.
So he knew I was really into my sport. So he would so this guy, I was seeing him at least 3 times a week. Not because I needed to talk, because I just trusted him and I just wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
But he would never start like, oh, how you been feeling that? He goes, oh, did you play AFL on the weekend? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, oh, did you win? I'm like, yeah, we won. He goes, did your family come? I'm like, oh, just mum this time. Like, what did your family do? And then the next thing you know, we're just talking about my family. We're talking about how my family's treating each other. He were going on to everything. I'm like, and he would just start it by simply asking, how was AFL on the weekend?
Yeah, taking actual
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Right.
So me and him had a good connection, and that's what I loved between him and other counsellors, where they were just from the textbook trying to do their job and want to make a connection with you, where he actually wanted to know your like he wanted to know what you did on the weekend. He wanted to know who was there. Like he wanted to know on a school day. He wanted to know if it was just you, your mum at home, or if it was you, your dad, anyone at home. He wanted to know if you were doing your homework. He wanted to know everything. Like
actually taking interest. Like that's so much better than just ticking off boxes.
So I actually really talked to him, and most of the time I just went to talk to him. It wasn't even about my depression. It was just I just wanted to have a good chat with him.
Yeah.
Because I just trusted him that much. And half the time I just wanted to have a good chat with him. Something would just slip up. Like I would say something that was just not sitting well with me.
Yeah.
Even if it was schoolwork, like I'm not the smartest kid at school. I don't know why I did it, but I was doing PD. And I know my stuff about PD, but when it came to the assignments, I wasn't smart. So I'll just have a good chat with him, and the next thing I'd be like, oh, I'm just struggling with PD, and he would just go get a teacher, help me. Yeah. So he was really good for me in terms of therapy wise, and that was a real turning point in my life when it comes to therapy, where I was like, I'm really going to beat myself. I'm really going to take this on. I'm really going to be open about it. Yeah. Because year 7 to 10, I was very defensive. I was very defense. Yeah. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want people to know about it because I was getting bullied. Yeah. Then that school really changed me. I was very open, and that's got me better for the future. Right. Yeah.
It's like you were subconsciously like so comfortable with him, and that's like a breakthrough right there. Yeah. I had a therapist. I told you about him, Joel, and he was great. Like talking to him he kind of just calmed everything down. Like I'd be worrying about all these things, and then he made me understand that it wasn't the end of the world. Yeah. My only thing with that is that I couldn't really talk to him every day because I kind of needed to talk to him every day. Like I'd see him, and then everything would be good for a couple of days, and then it kind of like you know what I mean? Like it just kind of fall on its head. So I think it's great. It's great to have something you're comfortable with and who actually wants to connect with you. Yeah. And then after that, it's like, what action are you going to take to start?
Because when it comes to therapy, I say this a lot. You get to a stage with your mental health where only you can help yourself. Yes. You dig that hole where only you can get yourself out of. And you can't blame your counsellors, you can't blame your mates, you can't blame your family. It gets to a stage where only you can save yourself. If you don't want to help yourself, you're not going to help yourself. Yeah, you need to help yourself to get out of it. You can't be like, just rely on the counsellors to help. Yeah. You need to find something that you like to do as well that will get you out of that hole as well.
Yeah, exactly. So support from your friends, how's that been?
So in year 8, I had two best mates that no matter what, they would be with me through thick and thin. Yeah. Talking to them now? No. No. Oh. But at the time when I needed them the most, they were there for me. Yeah. So they were really like a anchor for me. They were keeping me alive. They were keeping me there.
That's good.
That was at school, but I've always had my AFL boys. which we're best mates now. We've been together since 13. You've come along now, so
Yeah, the boys.
I've always had them boys that would always get me going. But that one of my best mates in year 8, he was all the way with me to year 12. So me and him experienced a lot of stuff together. I remember times like playing footy for school. I would break down on the field and he was right there with me. So he got me through a lot and he kept me alive for a long time, like a long time.
Yeah.
But getting bullied was not a good thing about school, especially Morris. Morris was a shit show for me.
Yeah.
But I've had 2 mates that stuck by me through like Morris and at Oatley, going to a fresh start, no one really knew me. My mates were so great. They treated me so good. They were always there for me. But really, you don't need a big social group. You only need you might have a big social group, but you only need 2 people that you can rely on. If you have 2 close mates that always got your back, which I've had.
Yeah.
Like Brad Newland and Nelson Carey, they always have my back since under 13s. They know the shit I go through and they know what I need.
Yeah.
So I can always rely on them. And then one of my mates through school, he was always there through 7 to 12. He always had my back.
Right. Yeah.
So I didn't really express myself that 7 to 10. I didn't tell anyone. I only told my best mate, my 2 best mates, and I told the AFL boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so friends was a big thing and a shit thing.
Yeah.
Because the people that you think you're friends, they will just talk shit behind your back and it just made it worse.
Yeah, and high school's a fucking nightmare.
And I learned that early. I learned that year 8 that you can't trust everyone. And so instead of trying to have that big public group, I had me and 2 mates.
Yeah.
That's it in school.
I mean, coming out of high school for me, I have 2 mates myself.
Yeah.
We have our own thing and they're great. Like I can be honest with them, they can be honest with me.
And it's good having that big social group, but at the end of the day, you'd rather just have your 2 close mates.
Yeah. Because in that group, a couple of guys are best mates.
Yeah,
they're not going to
you got all your small groups and in that one big group where if you just have your 2 best mates, it's good sometimes on the weekend socialising with that big group.
Yeah.
But then when you really need it most, you just want your 2 mates, 2 free mates that you can trust no matter what.
Yeah. I was talking to Finn Ritchie, his one's out this Sunday. And he was just saying he kind of went through that of having, iffy friends, just half-half. Yeah. And then he comes out, now he's got a great group of friends, they all are very honest with each other, they have a lot of deep conversations and they're all just, And that's so great to have coming out of high school when everything's about socially, everything's about social, and you come out of it, it's just great to have that just support. Yeah. Doesn't matter how many people.
No.
But for me, for a long time, or not really a long time, it was for a year, I would kind of stay out late drinking and I would just, because I didn't want to come home and sit in my bed and not sleep for 4 hours. I would just...
I get exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and so staying out with some friends, having some fun, that was that was good for me. It also had a bad side. Is that something you kind of did?
Being in an Italian family, I was very young at age drinking.
Yeah. I
wasn't drinking full beers and stuff, but I would have family functions, sip of wine. Yeah. I'd be doing stuff like that, but it wasn't until... So I'm the youngest in the family, but my brother's 4, I'm 4 years younger, cousin I'm 6, and my other cousin I'm 10. So I remember being 14, drinking with my brothers, drinking with my cousins, all that. So there would be nights when I was 15, 16, where I would go out, I would try and convince my mates to drink. I would never force them, I would try and convince them, but I just didn't want to go home. So I would always ask, there'll be weeks, there'll be times especially in school holidays, I would come home during the day, but at night I was always out staying at someone's house. Not because because there's been a lot of times I'm scared of sleeping. I've got this one repeated nightmare that happens to me, and it's a problem that I've tried to fix. And one of my counsellors just goes, "You're not going to fix it, you just don't have to deal with it." And I've got a lot of sleep paralysis. Yeah. So I'm scared of sleeping sometimes, but So yeah, that I was out late every night because I didn't. When I'm most vulnerable is when I'm in bed, pitch black, by myself.
Yeah.
That's when I'm most vulnerable.
100%.
And so even though if I was sleeping at sleeping with my family, that didn't really help me. If I was at my mate's house, knowing my mate was on the other side of the door, it helped me to relax at night.
Yeah.
And then it got to the stage where 17, 18, where I realised I couldn't be like that. I couldn't just go to my mates, can I sleep tonight? Can I sleep tonight? Every night I was asking.
It's too very dependent.
So that's when 17, 18, 16 I was drinking a lot. But 17, 18, that's when the alcohol took a very big toll on me. And instead of going to my mate's house, I would be partying with my brother and all their mates and my cousins' mates, and I'll be drinking with them till 5, 6 a.m. Going to school.
Yeah.
If they
straight after.
Straight after. I'll be, even with AFL, anything work, I'll be drinking 5, 6 a.m. Not even sleeping, just staying up, going to work, going to school, going to play sport.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of weekends where on a Friday night, because we played Saturdays. We played Sundays at stage.
Yeah.
So I would drink Saturday night till 5, 6 a.m. Maybe get 2 hours sleep, go play AFL, and as soon as I finish AFL, come back, drink.
Yeah. So you get any sleep or anything? No.
So at a very young age, I was very reliant on alcohol.
Yeah.
And it was good for me because then I know. Well, it was good because I wasn't doing it by myself. I was social drinking. I was doing it with other people. But then it was bad for me because I was so young. Yeah. And I was drinking so much. I was 16 going through full bottles of spirits.
Yeah.
Not just drinking beer, I was doing bottles of spirits, and at that stage I wasn't just vodka, it was bourbon, whiskey, tequila, sambuca, it was actually proper drinks where that, it fucks up 18-year-olds, it was a drink that I was 16 being let's do shots of whiskey.
Yeah.
So.
It's pretty early.
Yeah, so it was a very hard time for me, but it really helped me growing up and learning. That was a really big learning experience for me. Yeah. And now I'm better for it, I reckon. Yeah. At the time it was very shit for me, but now I'm better for it that I did that. I lived that 2 years of just underage drinking, and now I'm just Yeah. Now I know my limits now. On a weekend I go out, I drink, but not to get fucked. I don't drink to get fucked at home. Because I know I'm safe in my own house. Yeah.
Especially you talk about being you at your worst when you're in bed alone, pitch black. I found for me that if I create an environment which is most peaceful for me to sleep in, I have music in kind of as I'm going to sleep, just really chill stuff, nothing too big.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to do that, and it got to the stage where I was going through it, struggling a lot, where no matter even if I had music, I was still having shit sleeps. Yeah. So I was just nah, scrap the music. Yeah. And I just kind of learned to deal with it, really. Yeah. Because I was going through it for so long, I just dealt with it. Yeah. But it's just a thing where you get used to it, and you might have that one, you might have them 2 nights where everything just went to shit, you could not sleep, or you might have them 3, 4 nights a week where you have the best sleep ever. Yeah. So for me it was very touch and go. Some nights I would have a great sleep, some nights I would have a shit sleep. Yeah. It wasn't I was having shit sleeps every night. No. So I was thankful for that. I was very thankful that my demons in my head would let me sleep for at least 2 nights a week.
Finally. Yeah, high school wasn't exactly amazing. Coming out of that, did everything change for the better, or did new problems
So coming out of high school, I was straight into the workforce. Yeah. I was just working 24/7. I was a full-time job straight out of school. Yeah. Working long hours. I would be doing 5 in the morning to 6 at night.
Right. What were you doing?
I was so labouring with my family, so they all work on the rail, so I was just working with them. Yeah. Good money.
Good money, yeah.
Very stressful on your body, and because I was in so much pain with my body, it tore in my head. Yeah. And then going from work to AFL, work to going out of the band, it was very stressful just on my body, very aching. Yeah. it did me better because I was very I was very busy.
Yeah.
So, but then like first couple of weeks was very hard on my brain because I was not used to it, and my brain was just telling me to give up. But I knew if I folded into my brain, it would not do me well. So I just kept with it. But I just kept looking for different jobs. So since school, I've had 3. This is my 4th job, and it wasn't because I gave up. It was just that I knew if I kept going with that job, I would just crumble away.
Yeah, you burn yourself out.
Yeah, and so it wasn't that I love my work. I love the heavy lifting, being on the shovel. I loved it.
Yeah.
So good. I love the people I worked with, but I just knew on my body and on my head that I couldn't keep going.
Yeah.
But now working at an RSL club, kind of like Legion club, I think I've very found where I want to be for the next couple of years.
Hell yeah. Sweet. Did that kind of turn, like, you were working like 5 a.m. to like 6 p.m. So it went work, AFL, and then going out with your mates were like the 3 things that you were doing.
Yeah.
And like that's like a triangle where it's just all of it's just hard
and because I was working a lot, I lost connection to some mates. So, but that didn't really bother me because I knew work was my main thing because I wanted to travel, I wanted to experience the world. So, like I went to New Zealand, went to New Zealand, went to a couple of other places. So it didn't really bother me.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was working to experience my life. Like if I could work and then go out on the weekend and spend $250, $300, I was happy.
Yeah.
I was working to live. Like a lot of people have it the other way. Like you work to live, not live to work.
Yeah.
So I was very working to live. I was working to have fun on the weekend because I might work Saturdays. Sometimes I work Saturdays, sometimes I didn't. And even if I did work Saturdays, I go on Saturday night. It didn't bother me. So I loved to work, and then I just knew I had my 2 mates that they knew how much I worked, and they didn't care because they knew on a Saturday, Friday night we would go out together. So it didn't bother me that I lost some other mates, but
that was me, especially last year. I was doing I was working 2 jobs, and it would basically work like this. One job was me doing like 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then the other job was me doing like 3 p.m. to 8 a.m. And that's
it does on your body.
I'm not doing that again because that was horrible. Yeah. It's like I didn't have I was like it was socially I was with people, but I became like
doing back-to-back shifts.
I was like kind of like a zombie. I was just really, and again like no one really noticed. Like playing footy that year, no one really knew.
Because you were just the same. You were so energetic.
You
really knew.
You know what I mean?
Same with everyone. Like a lot of people. Like I've learned how to hide it very well. So I could be having the worst day, but I know how to put on that fake smile. I know how to put on the fake energetic. Some days you can't hide it. And you can't blame yourself, but once you're living with it, you learn how to hide it, which is very brave to hide it, but then at the same time it's kind of stupid because you don't want people to feel sorry for you, but you shouldn't have to hide it. Like you should be able to go to someone, I'm having a shit day, like it'll be fine.
It's like you put on this energetic, this like ego happy type of thing, because like when you're playing sport, because you want sport is your release, so you don't want that to be ruined by other things.
Like the amount of times like our first year of 19, the amount of times we'll go on the field and I'll be that guy that will never shut up on the field. I would never shut up. But then most of the times I was actually feeling so shit, but I'm just like, nah, stuff it. Like I'm on the footy field, like give it all to the boys. And that's why I hit so many people, just because I know each hit made me feel a bit better. But then at the end of the day, it just didn't equivalent to me feeling my best.
Right. Has social media played a role with your anxiety and also like the depression? Has it helped it or not? Because I know that it didn't really help me. It's not really great at all.
So I'm not really one for social media. My Instagram I just use to look at tattoo artists. Facebook I use for music to find like new artists. So Facebook really helped me a lot because like 2016 where mental health started to become a big thing, like all the awareness on Facebook and all that.
Yeah.
So that kind of got into my head, just like every 3 or 4 you slide every 3 or 4 ads are you okay, blah blah blah, like all that shit. So that kind of got me thinking like maybe I can speak out. But I wasn't one for social media, so I don't like Snapchat's my best thing, and even then on Snapchat, the people I talk to are the people that I wanted to talk to. I wouldn't go talk to randoms. So for me, it didn't really have an effect.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't one for it. I was rather like now I'm pretty stuck to my phone.
Yeah.
But I've got some good mates I can trust that I will talk to, so I talk to them on Facebook, I talk to them on Snapchat, we send shit on Instagram, like they send shit to me on Instagram, I don't send shit to them.
Yeah.
But so now
stay connected though.
Yeah, so now it's good for me because like a lot of times I know I can't see this certain person for a while, so we'll just Facebook group chat, like video call. So now it's good, but back in the day when I was going through the worst, I can't really say because I wasn't one for it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It was like, for me, it was like the worst thing because coming out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I had dropped out of uni, and so I was working working these jobs, and it was like I would go on social media and I'd see people doing all these different things, and they're in uni, and then they're going out and like just having like a
good time.
Having a good time, and
it has an effect on you.
Yeah, and even I was able to still go out and have fun, but I didn't have that. I had that thing in the back of my head, like, okay, what am I doing right now? Like, I don't have an actual plan for the future.
Everyone's got a different perspective on life.
Yeah.
For me, I was with all my work, I was happy to miss out. Like I could look at my Snapchat, see everyone at a concert, and I'm just like, you're spending your money, I'm here saving my money. Like, I saw it like, they're spending the money now, I'm gonna be spending my money in the future where I could be in Europe. Like 2018, I had enough money to go spend a whole 6 months in Europe.
Yeah.
Where I would go to them, can you go to Europe next year? And they're like, no, I don't have money. I'm like,
yeah.
So I worked out myself, it didn't bother me. I could easily go work with my mates are going out.
Yeah.
It did not bother me one bit, but I get what you mean, because there was some nights where I was supposed to go out with my mates, and then like I just had shit on, like I didn't want to, and then I regret because I'm like shit, I should have went. Like, like I had a long day at work, and I was like, no, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
And then my mates going out, and I'm like, I should have went. Like I should have
went.
went.
See who's out as well.
Yeah, you just say to the boys, you're like, I should have just put up with it like for one night.
Yeah.
Like, I get what you mean. Like it's very hard when you see people actually setting up your future. Like I'm like, I don't know what I want to do in my life. Like I wanted to go into the army, and then that folded through because of just my mental issues.
Yeah.
And then so like that was my one plan, and that didn't fall through, and then I was stuck. Like I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And like going to talk to my mates, like, uni, doing this, and I'm just working until I work out what I want to do.
Yeah.
Which I still don't. But
which is and again that's fine as well. Like
you can have a lot of time to figure it out.
Yeah. My cousin, he's like 28 now. He's spent the past couple of years like traveling with his girlfriend. Like they've just been chilling. They've been doing like ski instructing, like Japan and that. And now he's kind of like finding. Now he's like, because he's coming back. He kind of knows what he wants to do. You have so much time.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for like to do one big trip away.
Oh yeah.
And then once I come back, that kind of like sets me into the right mood, like of what I want to do.
Yeah.
And like I'm not one for schoolwork, but I've always said like if I find someone that is in uni, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But I can't see myself going to uni.
Exactly, and you don't want to force yourself just because other people are going. So I guess the lowest point, or like the scariest moment that you've kind of had through all this.
Lowest point. So I've had a few of them. It's obviously trying to commit suicide.
Yeah.
So that was my lowest point. I'm very happy to talk about it now.
Yeah.
For me, I'm very symbolic when it comes to my tattoos. So I've got a tattoo on this bicep. That's dumb spiral. It goes, as I breathe, I hope.
Yeah.
So it's in Latin. So for me, as I'm grieving, I'm always hoping for a better life. I'm always hoping for new mates to come to my life. I'm always hoping for new opportunities to come into my life.
Yeah.
So I'm very symbolic when it comes to my tattoos. I like my tattoos to represent my life.
Yeah.
So I have tried to kill myself a couple of times, and one thing that I hate about that subject is like people go with selfish, and it can be selfish, but I don't reckon it is. I reckon for you to even think about ending your life, it's pretty brave.
Yeah.
It's pretty brave, but then at the same time, you do leave a lot of people behind.
Yeah.
But the bravest thing is to admit it and to overcome it. If you're happy to admit it and to overcome it, that will do so much more. Like, I'm very happy to say I've tried to kill myself and I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to say that.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. So it just all depends. But yeah, I've tried to kill myself 2 times. I've got scars on my body from doing coding, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's very touch and go with it. And that's the thing, like when I said before, like you can only yourself can dig. Like once you start digging a hole, only yourself can get you out.
Exactly.
That hole is suicide and all that stuff. So if you don't want to help yourself get out of it, there's no point. Like if you don't want to fight, there is no point of even trying to get out of it. Like
I feel you with like the whole this whole selfish thing.
Yeah.
Because when I tried to a year and a bit ago, I was stuck in this mode. Like I could see what I was doing, I couldn't control it. And you don't, unless you can kind of understand the mind state that someone's in when it's happening, you can't, exactly.
And one thing I hate when other people talk about it, it goes like, for me, it was like someone else was controlling my brain.
Yeah.
It's not that I wanted to do it, it's like someone's in my brain telling me to do it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand it. Like that was what it was like for me. It's like someone's in the back of my head going, these people don't like you. Your family doesn't like you.
Yes.
You're not doing well at school. You hate your life right now.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's someone in the back of my head.
Yeah.
And like you believe them.
Yeah.
You believe it, and that makes you feel like until you start fighting back, until you start getting control of your life, you don't want to. But when I wanted to kill myself at the first time, it's someone in the back of my head like, you don't want to live. You don't want to live.
Yeah.
And I remember the first 2 weeks of even thinking about suicide. Every night I went to bed crying like, what's death like? Like I would cry myself to sleep. Like thinking like, what's death like? I could legit fall asleep right now and not wake up.
Yeah.
Like it was just a scary thing to me.
And you have those things, you have those thoughts like, oh, nothing will really change.
Yeah.
And it's
no matter what you do, nothing's gonna change. You're always still gonna be this down person that people look upon like as a problem, a problem person. Like it's just not fun.
I think it's good to give a name to the demons or something.
Yeah,
like
so
that,
I call them demons in my head.
Yeah, it's like you're ruining my life. Like that's what you're doing. Like fuck you. I'm not gonna do this to myself because you're telling me to do it. Like I'm gonna overcome that. I'm gonna come out better than this, and you're just gonna wither away back there doing nothing. Like it's that type of you're better than
and that's when people go to me like, oh, how you feeling? So I'm like, oh, just battling with the demons. Like I've always said it's just demons because I don't want to. It's not that I don't want to admit, but I'm just saying like it's not me wanting to do that. It's something else controlling me to try and do that.
Yeah.
So I just go demons in my head.
Yeah. My best mate, I told him about it like the day after, and he was like bawling his eyes, crying. I'd never seen him like cry before, but like that to me, it obviously made me sad, but it also made me a bit happy to realise, holy shit, like I really do mean something to someone else.
For the second time I tried to kill myself, it was the end of year 11.
Yeah.
And one of my best mates' brother committed suicide.
Yeah.
So, and that was very hard on our social group.
Yeah.
And so my mate, the dickhead instead of calling the police first, he calls me and the best mate first. So we didn't even question. So to be honest, we thought he was joking, but then as soon as we heard him cry, we were like, fuck, like we got over there straight away. So I told him, don't like sit there. I went to the house, like blah blah blah, did all the stuff. I'm like, shit, like he's not coming alive. And like me and my mate sat there the whole night with him and his parents. We talked to his parents, everything.
Yeah.
And one thing my mate said to me that day, he goes, because he knew I was going through some suicide issues and stuff.
Yeah.
He goes to me, I've already lost one brother. I can't lose the second.
Yeah.
And that shit just clicked. Like something just clicked to me, and all of a sudden, from that point on, I was there for the group no matter what. And the whole group relied on me. I've even had teachers go to me like, "You are that rock of that group. We're not together anymore, but at that time, they're like, you're the rock of that group. If you fall, they fall." And that put a lot of pressure on me. That made me feel even worse. But they gave me the courage and the strength to stand up, and if something was wrong, I dealt with it, because I didn't want my group to, like, I've always said, if someone can come up to me and go, they're having a shit time, I'll be there for them, because I don't want people to experience what I've been through. I experienced trying to kill myself, like suicide in year 8. I was trying to kill myself in year 8.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to experience what I've been through. So if someone goes up to me, it doesn't even have to be with depression. It could be just, oh, I'm just not feeling well today, like feeling good. I'll be there, because I just don't want people to experience what I did. So my mate's saying that to me, going like, I've already lost one, but I can't lose the second. That just clicked, and that just switched my, like, there was like a switch in my brain, just switched, and I was just there for the group no matter what.
That's like a test as well, for you to stop battling yourself and to start working for others as well, because you realise that you guys are equally as valuable to each other. Yeah.
So, and it's very hard trying to stop fighting your demons yourself and trying to focus on the other, because you just want, like, at the end of the day, you want to, like, you're supposed to look after yourself first. Yeah. But there's gonna be them days or weeks where you can't. You have to be there for someone else, but when you're looking after someone else, it's alright to say, sorry man, like, I need to focus on myself today. It's alright to say that, but you get to a stage where a lot of people will rely on you, and you just need to be there for them no matter what. Like, I can, like, best example for me is my brother and his mates. Yeah. There's been times where, so I'm very close to my brother and their mates. I'm very close to them. Yeah. So there'll be times where it'll be 2, 3 in the morning. My brother works probably like 5, 6 in the morning. I did at that stage as well. And my brother goes to me like, wake up, wake up. My mates just call me. It'll be 2 in the morning. His mates just called him like, I really need you here. So we'll both go. Yeah. We'll both go, because that, like, it's very, even though we had our own shit to do, like we had work at 6, we didn't care. Yeah. We said, like, if you need us, call us. Yeah. And my brother's done the same to his mates. Yeah, that's like, so nice. Yeah. Like he'll be working, but he couldn't sleep, and he would just call his mates like, I need you, like come over, and they'll be straight here. Yeah. And like having people like that in your life, they do you wonders. They do you wonders. Great. Where it could be 2 in the morning, you can just call them and they will answer the phone and be like, I'm here for you, bro. And like, you don't might not even talk, but just hearing like they're there for you. Yeah. It's just
knowing you're not alone.
Yeah, so much better than like, it's crazy times.
Yeah. So after the third part, talking about some advice, some revelations, and some reflection. So what are some therapeutic activities or just things that get you by? You mentioned AFL.
So AFL is a big thing. Also my music. Yeah. I used to be very into playing instruments. Now I'm not. Now I'm just into listening to it. Yeah. But when I listen to a song, I find a connection. I find a very deep connection. And people aren't gonna like this, but I'm a very heavy metal buff. I love my screamo music. And if you actually listen to a lot of heavy metal songs, it is about fighting your demons, about depression, and that's what really I like about it. I love the screaming, I love the heavy breakdowns, but if you listen to the lyrics, there's a lot about depression, so I find a connection to songs. That helps me a lot. So I know if I'm feeling down, I can just put on 2 or 3 songs and they'll just get me straight back up. Yeah. So music and sport are very big things, but for me, I have lost motivation for sport before, so I know it can happen again.
Yeah.
But music is one thing that I've never lost motivation to. Never.
Yeah.
So I always know I've got music behind my back.
Yeah. The I have a couple of songs that are like heavy metal, like screamo type of things. I've always respected that genre because the way they like the way they compose their songs reflects the intensity of everything that's going on inside. Like it really like you're not giving up. You're being relentless. You're screaming. You're being very animated.
Like there's one song
towards that.
I'll bring up the lyrics.
It's very powerful when it's loud and you can dance to it and you can
like there's one song "Drown" by Bring the Horizon, and that's my go-to song whenever I'm feeling shit. That is my song. So the chorus is like, "Who will fix me now? Dive in when I'm down. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown. Who will make me fight? Drag me out alive. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown." So just that that's talking about someone else fixing you, but even then you can relate that to yourself fixing you. So that chorus is a big chorus for me. Like especially in the song, how they scream like it's a scream sing. So you feel the emotion in his voice. Yeah. And it's just a mad time. Like, and I've seen that song live. And seeing that song live for me was one of the greatest and saddest moments of my life. Like, I'm there singing my heart out, but I'm also crying my heart out at the same time. Yeah. So I very relate to music and I love my music, and I find 2-3 songs where I just know the lyrics to. Sometimes I'll legit just sit there and listen to it, just like trying not to cry because I just know how much it means to me. But so music's a real big thing, especially my heavy metal. Heavy metal, when I'm depressed, heavy metal goes straight on, and I just legit jam out to it.
You gotta show me some stuff. I will show you a couple of things as well. I look to, for music, I look to artists who aren't exactly just singing sad and depressive stuff. Like it's kind of cool to hear that stuff.
So that's a good thing about heavy metal. You got your songs that are like sad, but see the thing is when people go, how is this depressing? Because they're screaming. Like listen to the lyrics. The lyrics tells the lyrics is the song, like the song, but the way they're singing tells the story. That screaming is showing how much pain they've been through. Like you can tell some singers like. There's a song where you can actually tell, like in the recording, that he's trying not to cry in the recording. You can tell. So it's very emotional, some songs, and I love it. I just love my heavy metal. What is some really good advice you've heard, and also some really bad advice you've heard? So people probably won't think this is good advice, but I do. This is one of the best things. So I forget who said it to me, but I'm an adrenaline junkie, so I love my skydiving. Like I've been skydiving, been bungee jumping, like motocross riding, all that shit. I love it. So one person goes to me, if you're scared of dying, you're not going to live your life to the fullest. So people probably think that's stupid. Like people are scared of skydiving, obviously, but for me it's resonating because I know I'm not going to let like legit dying stop me. So skydiving, I was scared of it, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna live life.
Just do it.
Just do it. So when it comes to bungee jumping, all that shit, I just go for it because I'm not scared of, like right now, I'm not scared of dying. And so that makes me live life to the fullest. Like I don't go home, I don't go out thinking that I could die tomorrow. No. I go out, if I die tomorrow, I die tomorrow. But if I go out, I'm gonna have the best night tonight. That's just my mindset. So that advice for me was really good. Other people might not think it is, but for me, that was one of the best advice I've ever heard. Another one was, no matter how much you want people to help you, you always have to know how to survive on your own. It's not really much advice, but it's just more of a lesson, like a teaching, more like a lesson.
You gotta grow your own wings. With this, like you can
always rely on people, but at the end of the day, you always need to know how to handle it yourself. So there's and that's the thing, like sometimes it's not even advice, it's just lessons that resonate with you. Like people just say certain words that resonate, like resilience, the ability to get knocked down and get back up. That's a really big word for me, resilience.
Yeah.
On the footy field, school, everything, you might get a D in that test, but that next test, you're going to come back, get an A.
Yeah.
It relates to so much shit in life.
Yeah.
And that's a really big word, really big word for me. So it's just not really advice. For me, it's not really advice. It's like key words, key teachings that stick to me.
You see, you remind yourself of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got given some advice, but it's just like certain key words, like resilience is a big one. Then but the best advice I've got is like live your life to, don't be scared, but live life to your fullest.
Yeah.
And that's really resonated with me.
I love that because I see that in some music. There's a song, it's called Good News by Mac Miller. It's one of my legit favourite songs of all times. And what he says near the end of it is that there's a whole lot more for me waiting on the other side.
Yeah.
He also says, when I get there, I'll realise it's not that bad. Which is that just alleviates the pressure and be like, okay, fuck it, let me just do this.
Yeah.
Let me just try it. Who cares?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Let me just, like you said, live life to the fullest. It's so such a waste to just sit there.
If I was scared of dying, I wouldn't have done half the shit I've done in my life. If I was scared, I would have done skydiving, I would have done bungee jumping, I would have done none of that shit. And I'm thankful that I have done it because it was some of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah.
Bungee jumping was so good. I couldn't even explain the feeling and getting from it. It's basically euphoria. It was so good.
Yeah. Because everyone know we're all gonna go someday, and so
we're all gonna die.
It's so problematic and just it's pre-worrying if you're like, oh, what if I do this and it happens?
Yeah.
Just
live it.
Just go out and try different things. And that's great. The worst advice that you've heard, I guess, because you talk about having a not great counsellor.
So, worst advice I've ever heard, there's a few.
Yeah.
There is a few. So, one of the worst advice I heard was just when it comes to demons, she goes, demons are scary, but they're only scared if you make, they get scared if you make them scared. So I was just when I heard that, I was just like, how the hell does that help? How the hell do I make demons scared?
Yeah,
She didn't explain to me how the hell I'm supposed to do that.
Yeah.
She just said it. I just sat there what the hell does that mean? I'm 14, 15 years old, and she said that to me. I'm just like,
you need strategies and guidance and someone to be like,
so that's
do this.
Yeah, so that's one of the words, because she's like, if demons are scary, but you can make them scared. You can get them scared if you make them scared. I'm just like, what? And so at the time, that was really shit advice for me.
Yeah, and at the time, but I feel like doing these erratic things that you do, you went skydiving and living life to the fullest. That's how you get this.
So right now it's cool, but at the time that was one of the worst advice, because I'm like, how the hell do I do that?
I wouldn't understand that either.
So, but just when it comes to advice, I wasn't really one for it. I like to find my own ways of doing it. Like I said, it was key words and teachings that I stick to, not really advice.
Yeah.
But so I kind of really that one just rattled me when she said it. I was just like, what?
Nah.
And looking back on it now, I can tell kind of what she meant.
Yeah.
But I just laugh at it because I'm like, how the hell was a 14-year-old supposed to know what the hell you meant?
Yeah. Anyway. I don't know about that one. Then, actually.
Yeah.
What is something you tell your younger self knowing what you know now?
So, when I was younger, I definitely tried to please everyone.
Yes.
So, telling my younger self, because I got bullied and I was still trying to please them. I was that kid that get bullied and I would say sorry. I was that kid. So, So, telling my younger self was don't try and please everyone, just live your life, live what you want to do, have your 2-3 best mates, don't try to be mates with everyone. If they want to disrespect you, you don't need to give the respect back.
Yeah.
Once they disrespect you, just leave them alone.
Yeah.
And another thing was, I would say fight back.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I just went in silence, I didn't do nothing. but there's times where you're allowed to fight back.
Yeah.
I would say fight back.
Yeah. It's kind of like with the first thing that you were saying. It's so like when you're, how do I put this? It's when you're talking about being yourself and not trying to please people. I see that with like your music, not like any discrimination. People, yeah, exactly. And when you're so like, secure with yourself.
When I'm like singing my heavy metal, like I was screaming out, and people are like, shut up. I'm like, no.
Nah, man, I'm chilling.
I can't sing for shit, but you won't stop me from singing.
Yeah, and it's like in that moment of people of you thinking, oh my god, what if they don't like it or not? It's like.
See, if that was me,
really matters.
That was me in year 8. If people told me to stop listening to heavy metal, I probably would have.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do it at school. I would just wait till I'm home and listen to it. But now, I would go to school, play heavy metal like so loud, and people they were like, "Shut up!" I'm like, no.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Even like in the AFL change rooms, I'll be blasting heavy metal, and people would just like leave me to myself because they know I was just
in your zone.
In that zone, and I just didn't want to be talk. Like I would talk, but like.
Yeah.
Like when I was listening to my heavy metal, I was just in that zone. I'm like, I'm ready to go kill someone. Let's go.
I definitely feel that because me, I sometimes try to please other people, and I also care so much about what other people say. Like I've been working on like music for like the past couple of years, and I've never released it because the way I compose it, I'm like thinking, oh, what if this person's gonna say this about it? I think of what people are gonna say.
You basically just go balls deep and just go for it.
Yeah.
Then it's always in the back of your head. This person might say this person might do this.
That does not matter to the end game because they're not gonna be at your wedding, at your funeral. They're not gonna be. Most people don't mean shit to you in that way. Always grateful for.
Always grateful of living another day.
Yeah.
Because when you
used to be
like that. You used to be like that, and another thing, like I was very like, it's very clear, like this COVID stuff, like you go back to World War I, people at 18 were getting sent to war, like 16 days ago, sent to war, and we couldn't even stay in our homes.
Yeah.
Like people can't even. It's very so. I've got a lot of military personnel in my family and background, so I'm very grateful just to live another day and just experience the life I'm experiencing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm very thankful for my family, I'm very thankful for my friends, I'm just grateful just to live because really, you don't know, like, in legit, your life would change in just 1 second, just a click.
Yeah.
Your whole life will change.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful, I'm just living, like legit, one of the quote that, like, Fast and Furious, Don Toretto, like Vin Diesel goes, I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Yeah.
Just, he lives the moment he's in, he doesn't go too far ahead, he doesn't go too far behind. He just lives the moment he's in. So I do that. I live what I'm doing at this moment. I don't like,
that's great.
I don't look to the future, I'll be like 5 years time. I might look next year, like I want to go Europe next year, yeah. So I'll set the goal for that, but like I don't look 5-6 years in time, be like, I want to have this.
Yeah,
no, I'll just live my life. Because I might want that, but then my family might just have a tragic like downfall, and I have to go to that, like help them instead of trying to fix my own life. So I just live my life at the moment I'm in, and just experience for what I'm experiencing.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. If you can learn to be so grateful for life, like you've won.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing, like there's always gonna be them days where you have shit days, you're like, fuck, I hate life.
Yeah.
But then you just have to realize that you are still living, like
and you're
back in the days where our great grandparents grew up, like there was so much shit that could have went wrong in the day.
Yeah.
And we don't even have to worry about half like war. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about sickness. Like we got COVID right now, but like back then they got so much worse. That would actually kill them because they didn't have the right medical treatment. Like we got so much in our lives that we can go break our leg and be healed in 2 months, 3 months. Like there's so much more that can help us live now, and we should be so grateful for that.
Yeah, we got it so good. Like we're in a safe country. We don't have, again, like the war. We have so much to be grateful for, but that causes like a void Because if you grow up living that way,
Living the great,
and then something happens,
you won't know what hits you.
yeah, like you've never been brought down to that
like
level.
you always want to
Never
be
grew up
grateful.
that
You
level.
want to be grateful for what you got, but you don't want to be too grateful to the point where, say you like your grandmother passes away and that just hits you. Like
Yeah.
you have to grow up knowing that death happens. That
It needs to have to be wholesome.
yeah, like you like you go in my family, massive Italian family. I've had a lot of deaths in my family.
Yeah.
I've had a lot. I've been to at least 20 funerals.
Wow. Yeah.
Like at least. So like you grow up, like you just have to experience death as it comes, and you just be grateful. Like, and even then, I see death as a great time. Like they lived a life.
yeah.
They had a great life. Like my nan passed away. She passed away pretty young, but I know she had 2 children. She's had grandchildren.
Yeah.
She's lived a life.
It's something to celebrate
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
So it's about how like it's very point of view. If you don't have that right point of view on life, it's going to treat you a lot harder. Where
Yes.
I see death as I do see death as a celebration and also sadness. Because
Yeah,
like,
of course.
they've had a great life.
Yeah.
It could be time for them to go. They've had a great life. They might have wanted to pass away at this time. Like you just don't know. But yeah, so it's just how you see it in the world.
Yeah, that's great. So second last thing, what is something you know you can do better as you progress forward?
Something I know I can do better. I'm a very shut off person.
Yeah.
So if someone says to me like, "Oh, talk it to me," I won't.
You gotta
So,
trust them.
Basically trust. Like it's not that I have trust issues. It's just that I'm very shut off. Like experiencing what I experience, like bullying through like depression, like getting bullied for depression. It's kind of like closed me off.
Yeah.
Like, I do open up. I'm very open about it. But there's just still always that back in my head, like, can I trust this person? Like, is she gonna, I have had a few people, like, talk to them, like, trying to, like, get some, like, a relationship out of it. And, like, I've told them my problems and they've just, like, oh, sorry, I can't date you. Like, I've had a couple, like, and I don't blame them because it's very hard, like, it's very hard to be with someone like that. And for me, I don't want to bring, like, if I had a girlfriend, I don't want to bring her down if I'm going down.
Yeah.
If I'm going down, I want to go down by myself. I don't want to bring the people around me as well.
No.
So it's very hard that, but yeah. So I need to trust more and just be more open to it. And like if they ask me what's wrong, to actually say it.
Say it. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not just be like, nah, it's fine. Like, don't worry.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
That word "fine" is the biggest lie at
Oh,
work.
God.
Like
Yes.
that word "fine" is just like, yeah, you know you're not fine, but you just need to say it.
And yeah, like when you see your mates say how you going, you're just like,
I'm
great,
fine.
yeah, I'm fine, not bad.
Yeah, no, you lying. Don't bullshit me.
Yeah. So yeah, that's good. So being open and
like, I'm very
to
open to
trust
say like if like one of the boys, like one of the April boys come up and talks to me about it, I will very happily talk about it.
Yeah.
But if someone I'm very close to wants to talk, I'm like a bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to scare them away.
Of course.
Because like there's people like the A4 boys, they come, I'll give them the general overview where if someone's close, like when I'm close to them, I go deeply into it. So I'm very more, like a lot of people don't know half the shit I've been through in my life because I'm very close, like I don't want them to know.
Yeah.
So when I'm close to someone, I tell them the deeper stuff and that's when they get scared. So I'm very deep like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I think there's still things that a lot of people, even if they're open with their struggles, there's still things that they're not going to talk about. Like for me, I have a bunch of things that I'm not ready to talk about, and I know that they're better saved for talking to my family or talking to an actual therapist about it.
There's always going to be that day when the time might come, you might just feel that good about talking about it. You just feel like you just can't, like you can't push it back. Like you can't just be like, fuck, I'm gonna forget about it. But then you can't just be open. Like it's a fine line.
Yeah.
But there's probably then 2 to 3 days where you might be like, okay, I could actually talk about this today. But the other days you just it's like stay back, like stay hidden.
Finish it off. You've already given some really good advice. So what's, I guess, the best advice from yourself? I'll talk about one thing from me. You mentioned that song "Drown." Obviously, talking about drowning is kind of succumbing to all the demons and different stuff.
Yeah.
My whole thing I love is swim instead of drown. So you might not know how to swim or where to go, but as long as you're trying to not drown by all the waves that are circling around you, you're winning. Like you're moving each forward. So like I think swim for me is the main one.
So for me, it's just like, it's very simple. Just have a social, like, don't be, when you see someone on the street, don't be that guy that'll just maybe look at them. No, just say hello, like even to random.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what they like. I'm with workers, with my work during the day, because it's no cell club, we get a lot of elderly people through.
Yeah.
And just me having a conversation with them, you just see how much that brightens up their day.
Yeah.
Because they might go home and not have anyone. So just having a conversation, even it's like, hey, how are you, just to a random, that can increase your mood.
Yeah.
And it can increase someone else's. So just don't be shy. Just go out there, say hello to people.
Yeah.
Be yourself. And that's why I just be yourself. No matter who tells you what, just be yourself. That doesn't come easy. It does take a lot to work on. Yeah, it does take a lot to work on. But you will find, as you go through it and be yourself, that you just come to a stage where you just don't give a crap about anyone in the world.
Yeah.
Like I said, like my heavy metal, a lot of people tell me to turn that shit off, and I never will.
Yeah.
Never will.
Right.
And so it gets to a stage where you just feel so much better about yourself, where you can be yourself and not have to worry about anyone. And that's if you can get to that stage, that's a very up-turning point where you can work out, you got depression, but you can flip the switch and be like, yeah, I've got depression, but I'm going to live with it. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to be open about it.
Yes.
I'm going to be myself without it. I'm going to fight it on my own terms. I'm not going to let for me, demons in my head determine how I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight it on my own style.
Yes, yeah. Because they are telling you to play it this way and play it safe and stay.
But once I learned how to live with myself the way I am, I flip the switch and I fight it my way. I fight how I want to fight it.
Yeah. I've had days where I basically stay inside all day and I'd only leave the house if I wanted to go get some like takeaway or something. And I remember one day specifically I went to go get some like chips, and I had this old dude. I ordered my food and he was just talking to me about random things. I wasn't having the best day, but after that I'm like, that was
just talking
really cool, really cool.
Just going out, talking to I love going to work, talking to a grandpa, like grandma, like an early person, and seeing their smile on the face once I start talking to them. Even you, at my club, you come real connected to the guests.
Yeah. So
a lot of people know they got grandchildren. So there's one lady, she lives by herself. Her son passed away. She's got a daughter. She's got 2 grandkids. Yeah. And every time she comes in, I was just like, oh, how are your grandkids going? Yeah. And the next thing you know, she brings out the phone, shows me all the photos. And just seeing her smile on her face, it's just so touched. It's so good seeing
and
that
that
smile
does
on her
something
face.
to you. It just makes your day as well.
So just get out there, talk to people. It's the best.
Hell yeah. Alright, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Okay, mate.
Killed it, man. Hope you found something from this, and I hope you have a good day.